Tired of playing the usual boring games? You don't have to be a skeptic or a believer to play this game. Just be a thrill-seeking enthusiast and you are good to go. A warning though, those who've tried this vow to never try them again. It's all fun and games until you realize you're playing with a demon.
I'm not afraid.
You will be. You will be.
Number 10. The Three Kings. This game has to be played in a large room without a single flash of light coming through, like the basement. Also, you'll be needing a pack of candles, 2 large mirrors, 3 chairs, and an object from your childhood. If the door of the basement open, go to your bedroom and set the alarm clock for exactly 3:30 a.m. If the alarm goes off exactly at 3:30 a.m. and the things inside the basement remain intact, then you can proceed with the game. You need to be seated at your throne at exactly 3:33 a.m. with your lighted candles in your hand. Do not let the candle go out. At this point, you start to feel and hear a presence. Number 9. The Closet Game. The objective of the closet game is to summon not just a spirit or a ghost, but a demon. Basically, all you need to do is step inside a pitch black closet, hold up an unlighted match and say, "Show me the light," or "Leave me in darkness." Once you hear a whisper, light the match immediately. In the event that you fail to light the match right away after hearing the whisper, it is said that something will grab you from behind to eternal darkness. The same thing would happen if you get curious enough to turn around and see what's behind you. If you didn't do any of those mistakes, open the closet door with a lit match in your hands and slowly step outside. From then on, you must always make sure to have the lights on whenever you look inside your closet, since it's now permanently haunted by the demon. Number 8. Bloody Mary. Bloody Mary is a folklore legend and is believed to be a vengeful spirit of a witch. In order to summon her, you'll have to chant Bloody Mary 3 times in front of the mirror while holding up a lighted candle. After that, what's left for you to do is wait for a woman covered in blood to appear before you. Number 7. Elevator to Another World. For this game, all you have to do is find a building with at least 10 floors and has an elevator. Once you step inside, you'll have to do a combo of 4, 2, 6, 2, 10, and 5 on the elevator's button. On the 5th floor, a woman would enter. You should never look at her nor speak to her. Afterward, press the button to the 1st floor. At this point, the elevator would start ascending to the 10th floor instead of going down to the 1st. Upon arriving to the 10th floor, you may get off the elevator to explore to this different world. The woman would ask, "Where are you going?" but you should never answer. After walking around, you may return to the real world by going inside the same elevator and using the same combo of 4, 2, 6, 2, 10, and 5. Number 6. The Hooded Man. When the night comes, go to a room with a telephone and make a call for a cab. If you have succeeded, you'll be seeing a black cab parked outside your house. Exit the building, climb into the cab's empty back seat, lock the door behind you, and go to sleep. If you awaken and your watch reads exactly 3:30 a.m., then you'll find yourself falling asleep for the second time. Once you wake up, the cab will be on an unfamiliar highway, and you'll notice the hooded man behind the wheel. If you want to end your ride, just lean closer toward the hooded man's ear and whisper, "I have reached my destination." You'll fall asleep and wake up in your house, after which you'll have to go to the telephone, dial a number, and say, "Thank you for the ride." Number 5. One-Man Hide-and-Seek. One-Man Hide-and-Seek is a game of hide-and-seek against a spirit-possessed doll. What you need to do is take a stuffed doll, remove all its stuffing, and replace it with a rice along with a piece of your fingernail. Sew the doll's opening with a red thread and wrap the remaining thread around the doll. Give the doll a name. Place it in a tub filled with water and proceed to your hiding place. Turn off all the lights and switch the televisions on. Take a mouthful of salt water, but don't swallow it. Get out of your hiding place and start looking for the doll, which is probably not in the tub anymore. Once you find the doll, pour the salt water all over it, allow it to dry, then burn it, and discard the remains. Also, take notes of the static in the televisions during the game, since it would warn you about the potential unwanted visitors wandering around. Number 4. Dry Bones. Dry Bone is a ritual where you'll be playing a game of hide and seek, but instead of a doll, you'll be playing with demons. Playing with the demons doesn't sound like a good idea, but the thrill seekers are in it for the hopes that their wish will be fulfilled once they win the game. What you need in this game is a bathroom with a mirror, a candle, and some matches. Begin the game at exactly 12:01 a.m. After ensuring that you are alone and you've closed all the doors and windows of your home. Go to the bathroom and stare at your reflection in the mirror while listening to your surroundings. If you hear anything, get out of the house immediately, since it means that the demon's already there. If it's completely silent, then you may proceed by thinking of something you really want as a prize. Light the candle with the match, but don't blow out the match yourself. Wait for it to burn out on its own. Then lie down on the floor and say, "I am aware of your presence and welcome you into my home. Come now." After that, go to the largest room in your house and wait for that moaning sound, which would indicate that the hide and seek game has begun. If you manage to hide from the demon until 3 a.m., then you win. You must say thank you for playing, but please leave now. You are no longer welcome. The demon will leave you once you hear a groan. Expect the prize outside your door the next morning. Sure, the prize is great. You might want to risk playing this game once you figure out the consequences of losing. Number 3. Daruma-san. Daruma-san or the best games involves in summoning a ghost which will most likely follow you all day long trying to catch you. In order to summon the ghost, go to the bathroom before bedtime, strip yourself naked, fill the tub with water and turn off the light. Climb inside the tub and position yourself in front of the faucet. Close your eyes and begin washing your hair while enchanting the words "Daruma-san fell down" over and over. You will see a mental image of a woman standing in front of a bathtub before she falls into a rusty tap which impales her through her eyes. Continue the chant until you finish washing your hair. Once you feel a presence near you, ask out loud, "Why did you fall in the bathtub?" Don't wait for an answer. With your eyes kept shut, carefully stand up, get a towel, exit the bathroom and close the door behind you. Leave the bath water overnight and get some sleep, because the real game will begin the next day. You'd be feeling a presence constantly following you. Do not allow her to catch you by putting some distance between you and her. In order to capture her, gaze over your right shoulder and shout "Kita" while doing a karate chopping motion with your hands. If you don't do this properly, or if you fail to catch her before midnight, expect her to follow you into your dreams. Number 2. Charlotte's Web. In this game, you'll be calling for the spirit of Charlotte Webster, a little girl from the 1400s whose mother has been accused as a witch and burned at the stake. If you dislike the idea of playing paranormal games by yourself, then this might be the game for you, since it requires 2 players. You and your partner have to go to a dark room with a large mirror. Bring a flashlight and a toy. Set up 2 chairs in front of the mirror and a table behind the chairs. Place a toy on the top of the table. Make sure the toy's reflection can be seen in the mirror. You should both take your seats and make sure no other lights come through the room except the one coming from your flashlight. Say the words, "We want to play Charlotte's Web" in unison. Wait for Charlotte as she appears in the mirror to take the toy. You may now converse with her or ask her questions. Once you're done, say Goodbye, Charlotte, with your partner, and that's it. Number 1. The Midnight Game. The Midnight Man was believed to be an old pagan ritual used as a punishment to those who disobeyed the religion. But the gist is that you have to summon the Midnight Man and walk around your house while making sure you don't get caught by him. If you manage to avoid the Midnight Man until 3:33 a.m., then you have won the game.